Welcome! You're about to embark on the journey of Newmarket's new and improved site plan process. Together, we'll walk through the phases, purpose, and benefits of the process. Why did we change our process when everything in the planning world has been changing so often lately? We want to be sure that our process is smooth and efficient as possible. This new process has clear milestones and signposts, and we want to celebrate each time a milestone is achieved. Having a process with clear milestones and achievements will provide certainty for you, the applicant, and keep us all on the same page. So let's start at the beginning, the preliminary meeting. This is where you bring your idea to Newmarket and meet with all the town staff who will be reviewing your future application. The purpose? To get everyone on the same page from the start. You'll walk staff through your concept and they'll let you know what's needed for a smooth path forward. The plans, reports, drawings, and documents you'll need to submit, and the standards your proposal will be reviewed against. After the meeting, staff will provide a preliminary meeting letter with a list of plans, drawings, reports, and studies that are required in support of your application. Getting aligned early sets the tone for a more efficient process. You do have a bit of homework before applying for a preliminary meeting. We strongly encourage you to check out the important documents of the town standards and talk to some of the other commenting agencies to get their initial comments while you are designing your project, like York Region, Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority, and the Fire Department. Some of the documents to consult early for design considerations and standards are the official plan, zoning bylaws, servicing requirements, engineering design standards, the tree policy, and information about heritage designations. Feeling overwhelmed? Not to worry. We've compiled all this homework into one handy checklist. You can check out the So You Want a Preliminary Meeting document on newmarket.ca. When you're ready to meet, put in a request through the online portal at newmarket.ca/planning. If enough information is provided, a meeting will be booked within about 2 weeks of the request. A few notes on the preliminary meeting. It will be scheduled for an hour, it will be virtual, and there is a deposit required. Next up, application submission. This is where you send the town everything listed in the preliminary meeting letter through the online portal. That includes all of your plans, studies, drawings, and reports. Application fees are also due at this point. The goal is to ensure everything's in place so staff can undertake a thorough and complete review. It is recommended to submit everything listed in your preliminary meeting letter. If there's a problem pulling it all together, let us know, and we'll work with you as best we can. Please refer to the tips to keep things moving smoothly at the end of this video if you think we'll need to go down this path. Once your application is submitted, the town will review your submission and get back to you in 3 to 5 business days to confirm whether your application is complete. Now for a key milestone, deeming the application complete. This step is required by legislation and also means you've officially hit your first big achievement in the process. You'll receive a letter confirming the date your application was deemed complete, along with a breakdown of what comes next. Congrats, you are now ready to enter Stage 1. Now that you're in Stage 1, it's time for the application review. Your submission gets sent to all the departments and agencies who the Planning Act tells us that they need to weigh in. Engineering Services, Fire Services, Forestry, York Region, the Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority, just to name a few. We share the application documents with departments and agencies who are relevant to and interested in your project. They'll take about 5 weeks to review your materials in detail. This gives our subject matter experts time to really understand your proposal, compare it to town and regional standards, and prepare helpful comments. Once that's done, you'll receive a letter of conditional acceptance, outlining any changes needed to keep your application moving forward. Stage 1 is completed. Please note the conditional acceptance letter is not an approval. Stage 1 is not long, and there's still more work for us ahead. Now we take a moment to celebrate. You've completed Stage 1. Completion of Stage 1 unlocks an option. If you're ready to break ground, you may be eligible to apply for a conditional building permit. With your conditional acceptance letter in hand, you can apply for a conditional building permit. The conditional building permit lets you begin construction while the technical details of your site plan approval are still being finalized. We'll continue working with you in parallel to wrap things up. If you choose this path, please contact the building department for details. buildings@newmarket.ca. If a conditional building permit does not seem like the right fit and your type of construction is better suited to moving dirt and getting services in the ground as soon as possible, then a site alteration permit or a pre-servicing agreement might be the right path for you. When your grading and servicing designs are detailed enough, engineering services will be happy to help you navigate this. If this part of the journey is of interest to you, please reach out to engineering@newmarket.ca for details. To continue moving forward to site plan approval, it's time to move into Stage 2, Resubmission. In Stage 2, you'll update and resubmit the plans, reports, studies, and drawings that changed based on the feedback you received from the town and other agencies. Here's some good news. You only need to resubmit the documents that have changed. If your plan, report, or drawing hasn't been updated, either because your design stayed the same or no changes were requested, you don't need to send it in again. Once submitted, the review process repeats. Your updated materials go back out to all the relevant reviewers. If the department or agency didn't have comments the first time and your updates don't affect their area of interest, they likely won't review again. We aim for 3 rounds of submissions, with each one moving you closer to full acceptance. The first submission, which was reviewed in Stage 1, is all about big picture design. This is where major red flags are addressed, things like zoning compliance and building placement. The second submission focuses on detailed design. By now, most of the bigger issues are resolved, but we'll focus in on the finer points that still need adjusting. The third submission is for final refinements, the last tweaks before construction. This includes confirming things like your construction management plan, composite utility plan, and dewatering plan. At this point, you should be close enough to construction that you'll have these details at hand. After the third submission, if there are still some details to work out, we'll switch to scope submission, focusing in further on details that need to be addressed. If we need to, we'll redline drawings to be able to keep moving forward. If the process is not going smoothly, we will call a meeting to discuss the friction points and get us back on track. Here are some tips to keep things moving smoothly. Focus on the details. You'll get feedback from multiple reviewers on different topics. To help manage it all, we'll send you an Excel file with everything in one place. We call it the Comments Response Matrix. It's your go-to tool for tracking and responding to feedback. Follow it closely and you'll stay on track. If you can provide us with a roadmap of what changes have been made, for instance, a cover letter hitting the highlights, clouding on drawings, and a completed CRM, our review will go much more smoothly. We'll endeavor to make our comments as clear and easy to follow as possible, and if you can do the same in return, we'll have a much smoother journey together. Once all of the required changes have been made and confirmed, your drawings and reports are considered accepted, and you'll receive your certificate of acceptance. Stage 2 is now complete. Pop the champagne, you're now one step closer to full site plan approval. Only one stage left to go. Champagne not provided. You're in the home stretch. It's time to finalize the site plan agreement. We will send you a checklist of what's needed before executing the agreement. Things like insurance, security deposit, postponement of interest, and fees to be paid. Once you've provided everything on the checklist and digitally signed the agreement, we sign too. The town takes care of registering the agreement. Stage 3 is complete. That's it. Stage 3 is complete. Your approval is granted and a final copy of the agreement will be sent to you. Go forth and build. With your agreement wrapped up, you're ready for the final milestone, the full building permit. If you chose the parallel track, conditional building permit, the two processes now meet up again. As you apply for your full building permit and work through that process, don't forget to check the holding provisions. If the zoning of your property includes holding provisions, now is the time to make sure you've fulfilled all of those requirements. If you have, you can apply to planning for their removal. It's a simple intake application through our portal. Once the bylaw lifting the holding provisions is signed, you've achieved all of your planning approvals. Your time with planning services may be at an end, but other town staff will be with you through the construction phase of your project. We hope you come back soon for another project. Here are some more tips to keep your application moving smoothly. Common things that can cause delays include major design changes. If your plans change significantly during the process, our reviewers need to go back and re-review the entire project. That takes time and can slow things down. Missing or late information submitted. If key documents come in late or lack detail, it can delay the review process. For example, if a landscape plan is submitted after the grading plan, it might reveal conflicts that require new comments. The more complete and coordinated your submission is, the faster we can help you move forward. We hope this video has been helpful in explaining our new site plan process. We are looking forward to achieving these milestones together and working with you to bring your vision to life. Together, making Newmarket well beyond the ordinary. For more information, visit newmarket.ca/planning.